Hi guys, here's a quick video on removing the fabric mesh outer casing of the JBL Xtreme 4 before doing a base test and water test that will both be at the end of this video, and also links in the description down below, so be sure to check those out. Now I know most of you know how to do this, but I thought I'd do it and take a look at the outer casing and also how JBL makes these speakers waterproof. I'm using the back of a standard eating knife, as you obviously don't want to cut or damage the fabric with the sharp edge of the knife. And it needs to be something metal but thin, and because it needs to be stiff, and metal really does allow that. So the back edge of an eating knife is ideal. On the Xtreme 4 you need to release the back first before the front, and you'll see why in a minute. And it's best to keep the knife in the middle of these 2 points so you don't damage the thin cushion strip that's underneath that you'll see in a moment. Now this is obviously firmly clipped on for obvious reasons, so a bit of force is required to get it off, and that may make some of you a little apprehensive, but you do need to give it a little bit of force. Once the back is released, we can see there are 2 little bolts that are holding the front side in, and that's why we need to release the back edge first to expose these 2 bolts to be taken out. Obviously remove the bolts and then release the front edge of the speaker grill outer casing with the back edge of the knife once again, and the outer casing is now free to be removed. Now JBL have made this outer casing with a hinge at the top to make it easy to remove, as you can see, so that's quite helpful. So don't think you've broken it, as that is how it's meant to be. So we know the outside cover of these JBL speaker grills are made of a type of fabric material, and we can now see the inside is a hard plastic material. Now it's very interesting looking at this hard plastic interior skeleton, if you like, of this speaker grill, as it's made up of hexagonal shapes which give it stiffness and strength. This is similar to the internal bracing of an acoustic guitar, so that's quite a clever but simple design to strengthen the outer grill cover while allowing the sound to come through. These little red tags are holding on the JBL logo on the outside of the grill on the front, and that hinge that I mentioned earlier makes it easier to take off and put on, as we'll see in a moment. And there you can see how the sound obviously comes through the front of the grill. Now getting back to the speaker itself, when levering off the grill with the knife, this is the reason you don't want to put the knife too close to the edges, or you'll damage this foam padding strip. It doesn't affect the IP67 waterproof functionality, so it isn't a major problem, but why damage something when there's really no need? And as you can see, there's plenty of hard plastic here that you can lever the knife against to save damaging that foam strip that basically acts as padding between the speaker body and the grill. And while we're talking about the IP67 waterproof function, I thought I'd highlight how JBL do that by pointing out these silicone seals. I don't know if you can see those shiny lines, but they are the thin silicone seals that keep the water out for that IP67 functionality. And for those that don't know, silicone is the sealant that you'll see on the corners of fish tanks that joins the glass together, making it watertight. Now I'm saying it's silicone, I'm not completely 100% certain, but it is definitely and obviously some type of waterproof sealant to keep this whole thing waterproof, at least for 30 minutes at 1 metre of course, and it would be used to seal every possible leakage point on this speaker that doesn't have some type of rubber seal. This would all be done by machine, of course, in the Harman or JBL factory. Okay, let's get this speaker grill outer casing back on. Now it can be a bit fiddly, so you just have to persevere a bit if need be. I found it easier to stand it up on its end and wrap the grill around the speaker. And you have to go through the reverse order of when you took it off. So you have to line the front face up of the grill first. Then once I lined it up, I found it easier to grip the edge of the battery housing and the edge of the rubber anti-slip strip on the grill cover and pull them together with one hand, and hit the edge of the grill with the heel of the palm of the other hand to clip it back in place. Then repeat the same on the other side before screwing the bolts back in. Once the bolts that hold the front of the grill are in, it's time to clip the back of the grill in place. Simply repeat the process of the front face of the grill I say simply, to be honest guys, this was a little bit of a pain getting it lined up, as you have to remember these grille covers are very tight fitting, so a bit of perseverance is required if it's tricky to get lined up. But eventually it will go in, or should do, it has to if you want to get this grille back on, so you just have to keep at it. That's one end in of the back of the grille. One more to go. And there you go. Job done. Guys, if you want to watch the base test without this grille outer casing or the water test, then click on one of these videos right here. Thanks for watching. See you soon.